The gentleman from Michigan and the gentleman from California each will control 15 minutes. Gentleman from Michigan is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I would ask that I might use as much time as I might consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in strong support of the Keystone Pipeline and in strong support of the Northern Route Approval Act that will finally make this project a reality for the American people. There may be a few of my colleagues who are tired of the Keystone bills, but the American people are also tired. And they're tired of $3.70 a gallon gasoline. They're tired of unemployment above 7%. They're tired of 4 years of delays that continue to block this critical jobs and energy project. Remember that the President said only last year he would do whatever it takes to create U.S. jobs. For every stated reason for previous delays has now been addressed. Most recently, the reroute of a portion of the pipeline through Nebraska. In fact, you can count Nebraska's governor among the many Americans who want to see the Keystone Pipeline bill built. And while some may try to make this a partisan issue here in the Congress, it is not a partisan issue across the country, with a majority of Americans, Democrats, Republicans, Independents supporting the pipeline, including a vote last March on the Senate budget. I give credit to President Obama for saying some of the right things as of late. Just last week, during a visit in Baltimore, manufacturer Ellicott Dredges, at that factory, the President declared, "One of the problems we've had in the past is that sometimes it takes too long to get projects off the ground." He added that there are these permits and red tape and planning and this and that, and some of it's important to do, but we could do it faster. Those are his words. Well, guess what? The very day before, the president of that same company was here on Capitol Hill testifying in support of the Keystone Pipeline and how it would help his business. The president has it exactly right, and Exhibit A is the Keystone Pipeline. Some are trying to claim that this bill is an unprecedented attempt to rush the process. Give me a break. In truth, the only thing that is unprecedented is the lengthy delays that we've already encountered for a project that has been the subject of over 15,000 pages of federal environmental review, and yes, found to be safe. Congress faced much of the same dilemma 40 years ago when the federal red tape was holding up this project called the Alaska Pipeline. At the time, Congress realized that the bureaucratic process had gotten out of hand and that a pipeline that was clearly in the national interest was being subjected to never-ending delays. But thanks to the bipartisan 1973 Transatlantic Pipeline Authorization Act, the red tape was cut, the ground was broken, and the project was built. It became an incredible success story, a game changer for American energy policy, providing thousands of jobs, billions of barrels of oil, while safeguarding Alaska's environment. Guess what? H.R. 3, this bill, takes much of the same approach for the Keystone Pipeline. Unfortunately, while the delays over the Keystone grow longer, so do the excuses. Some argue that Keystone won't create very many jobs, and most of them would be temporary. Tell that to the labor unions and the American workers who are begging for this pipeline to be built. Even the administration's own State Department found that Keystone would support over 40,000 jobs during the pipeline's construction. That's a lot of jobs to me, and the paychecks created by the Keystone Pipeline would be paid for by the private sector, not taxpayer dollars. Some also claim that Keystone won't impact gas prices. Well, the law of supply and demand still stands. Keystone is going to deliver up to 1 million barrels a day of Canadian oil to American refineries. And remember, already today, we are getting 1.5 million barrels from Canada from the oil sands. So, if the pipeline isn't built, guess what? The oil is going to come by truck or by rail, certainly a riskier form of transport, not nearly as cost-efficient as the Keystone Pipeline would be. This will be the most technically advanced and safest pipeline ever constructed. Probably about $4 or $5 million a mile, adhering to the new pipeline safety standards that we worked together on a bipartisan basis, signed by the President last year, adding 57 additional safety standards specific to the project. So for that reason, Mr. Speaker, we need to support the bill, and I reserve the balance of my time.